What song am I going to sing? Not, that was what was in my what?
Johnny, get a haircut.
Oh, it could be, but that wasn't in my head. Oh, that could be it, but that isn't it. Oh, good guess. That wasn't it. Punchinello's a good guess. That wasn't it. Jojo is looking at me like, what is she doing? Oh, it could be a hunting we will go, but that's not it. Oh, you need more information. Okay. Oh, do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Oh, do you know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane? I love this song so much. Those of you who know me throughout the year know that I love the Muffin Man song. And instead of starting there, this time we're starting there. Oh, do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Oh, do you know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane? Now, if I were to ask you to sing the first pattern in that song, what would you sing? The first pattern. What would you sing? Okay, Jake.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
There's Jake's idea. Anybody have a different one? You all agree? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see Rebecca. It was the mirror behind you.
Okay.
I couldn't. Oh. There's one. Danielle?
Oh, do you know?
Sammy.
Same.
Same as whose?
Danielle.
Danielle's. Kate? Ooh, so we have everything from O to that long pattern, that longer pattern. What would have surprised me? None of those surprised me. What would have surprised me is if someone had said, oh, do you know the... Or if someone had said, oh, do you know the Muffin Man? Right? Wouldn't that surprise you? Why? Yes, our whole sense of language, our whole sense of expressing ourselves is bunched into these little units. And in song, those language units are set up for us. We have a whole orientation to receptive and expressive language that is already in the context of these little language chunks, these song chunks. And yet, we look at songs often in order to teach them by what is a pattern determined by what's between the bar lines. In the Muffin Man, if we sing from bar line to bar line, so here's oh, that's the first one. Here we go. Oh, now next measure. Do you know the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Oh. Do you know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane? Okay, so there is, and I often do this visually rather than orally, but you did a good job. We often look at what is in a song to teach in terms of patterns based on what we see in the score. So you heard me say a lot yesterday, is notation driving music pedagogy? And I've been studying this so long. I mean, my dissertation in 1981 was on this topic. And oftentimes my answer is, yes, I think we are letting the way we see music determine how we teach music to children rather than the way we hear music. So what constitutes a musical pattern versus a visual pattern? Are we teaching beat groups what occurs within a beat, Or what occurs when some notes are being together? Are we teaching beat groups or are we teaching rhythmic patterns? Do we sometimes change a rhythmic pattern or a melodic pattern because it's too complicated for children? I think so. We talked yesterday about Mary had a little lamb versus Mary had a little lamb. And this is melody, I realize, but we're looking at what I'm going to tell you is melody. But I was in a classroom where the children were singing, hush. You know that song, Hush, Little Baby? Just sing the very beginning. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. In the classroom I went into, it was, hush, little baby, don't say a word. Do you know why?
Because you put another note in.
Yeah, the fa. Oh, wait a minute, it wasn't a one. Yes, sorry, yeah, the fa. To remove the fa to make it more easy for children. One of the principles in SongWorks 2 is simple is not necessarily easy in children's study of music. So we are looking for patterns in the SongWorks approach. We are looking at chunks of sound that are meaningful units.